I love what I do because each and every week here on the Check a Pro radio show, I get to bring you an expert in home improvement. I've got my good friend Cody Johnson from Garage Door Doctor back on the program. Cody, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
It is so great to have you here. When I say strive for five, when I say 5 stars, what does that mean to you and your company?
Well, it's ultimately our ultimate goal. And we kind of the entire what I call customer journey from finding us and calling us to the technician coming out. Like when you call, our goal is for our customer experience representatives. Hopefully they're in great energy and they're smiling when they're on the phone. You can't see it, but you should be able to hear it over the phone, right? They should be extremely helpful and extremely efficient for you and answer anything that you need. So it starts really right there with the customer experience representative, and then after that, then our we have a great what's called a CRM, and when we hit dispatch, it sends you a text, and then it's like there's an Uber-like feature, and like
Mhm.
you can see our vehicle going to your house, and you know exactly when we're going to get there. Plus, our technician is going to call you and let you know, and when that technician gets there, we always tell them like this is ultimately your responsibility, and I love it like the way I tell them is how I did it. Is like when I get to your house, Jim, hey, Jim, my goal is to provide you a 5-star service today. And if at any time I don't, please go ahead. You're not interrupting. That this is my goal. Please tell me if I'm not. And this is what my ultimate goal is. I like to just set that expectation there, and it forces me to be above and beyond everything else and be excellent, and that's what our ultimate goal is. And part of that is generally it's going to be same day service. We have a fully stocked truck coming out, so we're going to be able to handle the repairs right there on the spot. We have emergencies after hours for our clients. This is a great convenience to them, and not that they're not convenient that their stuff broke, but we're available for them. Our we don't have any subcontractors. These are all employees that work in our company. And then our technicians, they're certified. We put them through a training program. So unlike perhaps other companies, they hire you off the street a week later, you're running jobs. That's not how we operate. They go through an extensive training system. So that they're safe for their safety, but also they're going to be safe for our clients and understand what they're doing and be experts in the field once they're out there. But we should never be training on the client's doors. They should have already been trained before they get there, right? Um, and really that kind of is what it's about. And then at the end, we're gonna then ask our client, hey Jim, did I provide you a 5-star service? And then hopefully you give us a great review, and we move on past that. And that's really what our ultimate goal is, and that should be the customer experience, what they're experiencing from us.
Many home service companies just want the 5-star review, but they don't wanna work for it. I know
Yeah.
you guys do work for it. Talk a little bit about that. I know you already I went through that, but drill down a little deeper. Keep in mind what I just said. Many home service companies, maybe a competitor of yours, Cody, wants the 5-star, but they don't earn it. How do you guys really earn it?
Well, they may not, or everybody does their best. I hope. That's my hope for other companies too. Um, you know, how we earn it is we go above and beyond, right? Like every single step of the way, we're going to educate the client as to what we're doing. We do 29-point safety inspections on the garage door. They're going to be a lot of times. To me, one big differentiator is a lot of times perhaps a different company comes out and they're here and they say, this is broken, and they change that part. And they never actually investigate as to why did that part break. So they're just parts replacers, right? That's all they're doing. What they're not doing, they're fixing the symptom, but they're not fixing the cause of that symptom. And so that's what really kind of sets us apart. We're not here to just fix the symptom. We're here to fix the cause of that symptom. So that way the client isn't inconvenienced again and again and again and again. And so that's one a massive thing that's different. Also, kind of at the end, our job is to what we call sell it right. We're going to go back over what we did at the job, what we didn't do at the job, what's the most common warranties that's an inconvenience for the client. Um, and then, so that's really what we do. It's a little bit secret sauce there. You got to call us to find out the rest.
Yeah, I like that call to find out the rest. It's interesting what you were saying. Um, it reminded me of a functional medicine doctor. Do you know what that is? Do you know what a functional medicine doctor is, Cody?
Tell me about it. What is
So
it?
so when you go to your regular doctor, let's say you're going in for a physical and it turns out that your blood pressure is high. So your doctor says, "We'll put you on this medication." It's a blood pressure reducing medication. You'll probably be on it for the rest of your life because generally people don't change their lifestyle. A functional medicine doctor will say, "You have high blood pressure, but why don't we try some of these things? Why don't you lose a little bit of weight? Why don't you start walking 10,000 steps? Why don't you reduce some of the junk you're ingesting? Stop drinking so much alcohol. If you're a smoker, that's a big way to raise your blood pressure." So, functional medicine is getting to the root problem instead of covering it up. And that's what I thought about when you mentioned it.
Well, great. That's what we
Yeah.
are then. How about that? I like
Mm.
that. So,
Yeah. Yeah. So, garage door doctor is the functional medicine doctor for your garage door. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me here today on Check a Pro Radio, Cody. I appreciate it.
thank you.